Hey everyone, welcome to the episode of 122 of the podcast. I'm going to talk today about the Earth Connection Chakra and creativity. Now, I did do that in season 1, but I've been having some fun doing research and looking up the dictionary definitions and the spiritual definitions. It's been really quite fascinating. I've gotten into this research again because I'm studying. I'm actually doing study in visual arts. And so for me, I decided to look up. Now, when it comes to creativity, the dictionary definition is the use of imagination or original ideas to create something. It is also in inventiveness. Creativity is defined as the tendency to generate or recognize ideas, alternatives, or possibilities that may be useful in solving problems, communicating with other people, etc. Now, traditionally, people think creativity is things like traditional art, drawing, that kind of stuff. Oh, excuse me, that was weird. Creativity, as you've just seen by this definition, is creating something. It is generating ideas. So think about in your business. Think about the ideas. You're generating ideas, which means you're generating creativity. You're being creative. That is what I want you to really understand, is that creativity, yes, it can be the traditional art. It's not necessarily that though. Now let's look at the spiritual meaning. The spiritual meaning is creativity offers you opportunities to step away from your everyday reality and develop your inner spiritual life. That can be creativity. Create something out of nothing but your imagination. That is why I like when I do visualizations and meditations, I use the word imagine, because we go back to childhood, whether we've had crap childhood or the great childhood, or there were crap, parts that were good. We've all had different childhoods. You can still imagine. You can go back to being that child, imagining something. For me, books, I loved books, and I imagined myself in that book. I created other worlds. Now, looking back, that was actually me astral traveling. I now know that. I didn't know that at the time. But even as I was reading the book, I was in that other world. So I was physically reading the book, but I was also, the part of me was also in that world being there. It was just amazing. So that's why I love the word imagine, because we can imagine our business being successful, whatever that means. We can imagine creating a product or service. We can imagine creating content. We can imagine having clients. We can imagine that. And when we imagine that, we create that creativity. We create the life what we want, the life we want when we imagine it. Of course, we take action, but think about that. That's why imagine is so amazing. Now, there's also creativity awakens us in the power of the now and brings value and meaning to every aspect of our lives. When you think about creativity, it's amazing. It really can bring that value and meaning. For me, I love cooking. That is creativity as well. Going for a walk brings about creativity, because I can look at a leaf and I can see what it could actually also be. Now, that may sound strange, but that's my imagination. Now, that leaf, just think, it could float off and it could fly into another world and it could turn into a dragon. How do you know that that leaf doesn't turn into a dragon? That's my imagination. That's my creativity. And this is why I'm able to have the passion for my business, because I have the creativity for my business. I have the creativity within my business. It's also because this beautiful Earth Connection cycle, it's about being grounded. So when I'm grounded, And I start imagining, my imagination can become even stronger because I'm connected to that nurturing, that supportive, loving energy of Mother Earth. And because of that support, I go, okay, now let's what's English. Now I can imagine, life. I can imagine different things. I can imagine what product or service I want to create, what content I want to create. That's why these videos are happening, because of my creativity. If I didn't have that creativity, I wouldn't have a podcast. I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. I wouldn't be confident in being on video or talking. I've actually heard my voice back. And like a lot of us, and this is coming from people that have told me, I don't always like hearing my voice. Yet I don't care anymore, because guess what? I want to be out there. I want to be sharing my wisdom. I want to be a leader in this. I want to be a leader in intuition, in spirituality, in the chakras, in having that relationship with yourself and your business. I want to be that leader. And that is me being creative and getting out there, showing that I am the leader. That is who I am. And that's why grounding to this beautiful chakra is so important for you and for your creativity. That's been this week's beautiful episode, and I thank you very much for watching, listening, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all of that amazing stuff. And I'm wishing you a beautiful day wherever you are on this amazing earth.